Everyone wants to take down Astralis.
Obviously, we want to play Astralis.
Astralis.
Astralis? MVP.
Also, teams like Liquid and Navi, they're teams that you want to beat because they're in front of you in their ranking.
Same for us, maybe, even though that might be like a hard task.
Those three other teams to beat, but I would love to play Astralis in the finals and beat them again.
It's kind of like a test. It's like a tool that you can use to measure yourself against, you know, the best team in the world or the most consistent team in the world, and kind of see like where you are and, you know, what you can do.
If we want to learn and like see where our mistakes are, I guess we'd have to play Astralis, have to play the best to learn.
We haven't played them on LAN yet. I feel like we have a good matchup against them. Online, we've gone 1-1 against them. We always do decent in practice against them, so I'd love to play against Astralis.
For me, it's in Liquid, because we lost to them 3 times. Until we win them, I want to play against them every time, no matter when.
If we reach the playoffs, there is no team that I would like to play against or that I do not like to play against.
Renegades. I mean, we're confident against most of the teams here.
Yeah, any domestic matchup I think will be good for us because I feel like we play good against any NA teams.
I don't think there's gonna be a specific team that we want to like play against in the playoffs, but it's always fun to play against Navi. We have a lot of close games against them, and we lost to them in Copenhagen as well, so I think it would be fun to destroy them.
That was Magisk and Device of Astralis at the end there of that speed session, and actually we're hoping to get an interview. We tend to in between these matches, but just testament to how important this game is to both teams. Neither were willing to comment or take time for an interview. It's serious business here, gentlemen. I do have Sponge and Pimp. I think that's quite telling, Jacob, of the scenario that's unfolding before us.
Yeah, and I think we finally found a little bit of weakness within this Astralis lineup. Just to mention this is Mirage, right? And the CT side of Mirage have been a little bit shaky from time to time. I mean, we did see at the major the win a big semi-final against Liquid where they had a strong CT side. But just to mention some of the results they had against NIP during the FaZe minor qualifier, they got 3 rounds on the CT side against NIP, right? They ended up losing the map as well. Against Tyloo, they lost the map, only getting 3 CT rounds as well during the DreamHack Master Stockholm. They also lost to North on Mirage on that map. So it's a map that is, you know, they feel strong on the map, but they don't really have the results to back it up compared to how strong they are on some of the other maps they play. And especially the CT side, it seems a little bit lackluster, and it seems like we find a brink in the armor.
Lots of fluctuation there. And what we talked about before was the fact that right now Astralis run an 11-map win streak over FaZe. Now that's 11 maps, not series. They didn't play best of 3s, and maybe FaZe stole a map here. That is 11 straight. And finally FaZe have broken that, right? And you can see, I walked past them as they were walking out after the victory. They're happy. They're smiling. This is a FaZe who are content with the situation they find themselves in. I think they were happy before that. We saw with the cameras on them, obviously they're serious. Obviously they want to win. But I think FaZe are a team, right? They're the rock stars. If they wake up and their favorite jams on the radio, then they're going to have a good day. You know what I mean? They look like they find themselves in a good mental state. And that was shown. I want to highlight as well some of these T rounds. It must be so frustrating to play, even in a 3v3 or a 3-on-4 where they're number disadvantaged. Once they have site territory, they just posture. You can see them standing in the open on Tetris, out in Palace. They're like, fight me. We're not going to plant. Fight me.
I'm here.
Come fight me. And even when Astralis, they come and fight, they'll lose some jewels. It gets interesting and they keep your economy low. That's the great thing about having 5 players on your team who can all pop heads. They don't need to worry about the teamwork. If you're going to walk onto their screen, they're going to kill you. And you can see how that forces Astralis to play team-based Counter-Strike, and they still get stress put on them. Now, sure, you know, 16-7 scoreline, that's a drubbing. You know, this is you just got destroyed kind of scoreline.
Yeah, and I mean, Nico was hitting some absurd shots. You say, come and get me. He was just smacking them, especially even on that second half, despite the deficit on the first. This was your scoreboard from that game. And you can see that it was Nico closing in on 111 ADR. My damn, that's over a kill. It was worth of damage every single round.
And so did Rain, right? He had a great game. Maybe not score-wise, 19-16. That is not necessarily a score that springs to your mind, but 93.0 damage per round. That's a high, you know, amount of damage that he deals. And he is, as we talked about in the pregame, he's one of those guys who needs to step it up a notch if we want to see FaZe back to the level we saw only half a year ago.
Yeah, spectacular stuff from FaZe. You described their T-side, Chad, as simple. and predictable. But I mean, they managed to accrue 11 rounds. That's just credit where credit's due then?
Yeah, I think a lot of their T side, they have the same strats, right? They don't really reinvent the wheel. It's just the pacing of it and when they decide to throw which ones in. Are they going to start with executes, heavy bombs like this time? Are they going to go for the mid control and then pop through connector? You never really know which approach. It's just like shuffling a deck and picking out cards in whatever order falls.
Yeah, and it certainly worked this time. It does look like the heart of the cards was with them. Up next, though, we do have Inferno. I couldn't say that with a straight face. So, Yu-Gi-Oh! Jokes aside, with Jacob, I nearly said Yanko. I want to talk to you about Inferno. This was the choice of Astralis. This is where they considered their best advantage.
And I think it's a map that differs from Mirage in the sense that Astralis are probably the best playing CT team in the world on Inferno. I don't know where the Brink in their armor is on Inferno. I think it's by far one of the best and most stable team when it comes to Inferno. Dupree is great on quad side. Device is normally very influential on that map as well. Magic's Boy may be the best player to play the pit position. There's so many good signs surrounding this Astralis lineup. The whole banana control aspect of it as well. They have different variants of how they smoke banana and when they take banana control, delayed or in the mid round or even from the beginning. So they have so many strings to play off when it comes to the CT side of Inferno, and I think FaZe is going to have a tough time break into that armor.
Here's the problem with that. They start on the T side because this is their map choice. So FaZe, in my mind, they need 10, 11 plus rounds on their CT side if they want to take this. 10 plus is where I'm looking for them. And when they do swap over, identify some of these tendencies. Device is always going to posture either the quad side of mid or the arch side of mid close when they're playing a 3B setup. If you know he's there, you bait a shot over him early, chase him down. There's only going to be one other player towards that bomb site. Take your arch control, force Astralis into a point of limbo. Those little gaps, those little things that you can identify very easily versus a team like Astralis need to be taken advantage of. But with FaZe starting on the CT side, they need to grab this pistol and need to convert. Do not let Astralis establish an economy because then they're just going to play map control all over you all day.
It's not an easy task. Astralis is Inferno. Anyone that steps into the ring against them on this map tends to fall. The few exceptions to the rule on an offline environment has been the likes of Team Liquid, and that is pretty much it. Liquid and North are the two teams to have bested Astralis in recent months on this map offline. One in Stockholm and one, of course, more recently from Team Liquid. I can't remember where that one was. That was actually at the Major in London. Yeah, so it's not an easy task, and FaZe certainly look like they've got the right ingredients after that Mirage to stick it to them.
The players are playing well, right?
That's the ingredients.
We said they needed 2 on fire. They had at least 3 players. Rain joined the trio there with Olaf and Nico, so 3 players playing very well. They can continue that through. And Guardian is one of the few players on the T side who can actually AWP on Inferno, right? He can get it done.
Yeah, and I would be afraid if I were FaZe, if I were Astralis facing this FaZe lineup, because as you said, this was the first time they won in 11 straight maps against Astralis. Yep. And if there's one thing you don't want to face when you're facing FaZe, it's the confidence.
Facing FaZe, it is fate. Let's find out, as it is time for Inferno. Here at IEM Chicago, it's our 3rd day. It's our 2nd map of our 2nd game. Astralis and FaZe about to duke it out. 2 huge names in the world of Counter-Strike. Will it be a 2-0? Will they break this record? Or will Astralis take us to a 3rd? We'll find out with the casters. It's Jason and Anders.
What?
Oh, it's not.
He's still on the mic. Oh, he caught him in his own mistake. It's all right, Alex. We wish we were the Creamy Bears.
I especially wish I looked like Jason. But alas, I do not. We'll get into a technical pause, luckily. We'll get to calm down. We can read that again. Your casters are going to be Henry G and Sadikist.
Thank you so much, Alex.
2nd map here. Will it be the 2-0? The question on everyone's lips. But it's going to be one difficult battle. Astralis, absolute masters of the T side of Inferno. That's where they begin. As we just work out what the problem is here, I'd assume it's something trivial like TeamSpeak. So hopefully it won't be too long, but gives us a chance to have a look at the initial setups. We are going to see FaZe. Remember, it's now Olaf Meister who's a secondary AWP, and he plays B. And we'll see whether that's going to be influential. There's always Nico as a secondary AWP on this particular map. They've recently changed it. For better or for worse, I'm still working that out. Olaf seems like he's a lot more disciplined than Nico, though, when it comes to the AWP. He'll just play the positions that will yield him a frag, and he can hold on to his life and fall back, where Nico likes to be a lot more combative. We'll see whether that's a massive factor. There's Rain looking to cause some damage here on the T side of Inferno.
We'll see if he can. I mean, this is absolutely Astralis' map in terms of paper weight, if you want to call it that. FaZe obviously get the start out on the CT side, as it was picked by Astralis. It is the way the cookie crumbles.
Yes, but FaZe on their CT side, that's where they maybe sometimes have issues. But Guardian, considered one of the absolute best snipers on Inferno, him against Device is such an interesting, exciting battle. And the problem was on Mirage, the Device couldn't really get rolling. The money was just crippled on the Astralis side for pretty much the entire game. They started to get back into it somewhat, but actually fell apart. Actually, it was impressive to see FaZe close it out in such a convincing manner. Normally, it goes right down to the wire, even when they have those massive leads. They're a team that certainly struggles to close it out, especially against the likes of Astralis. We are back into the action. Let's have a look at it then. Welcome back to what could be one of the best series of the tournament. As we'll see Astralis with 4 sets of armor, device on the PT50 smoke flashbang combo. They've got no HE, suggests they won't be going fast towards banana, and indeed they'll focus more towards mid with device on the PT50. He's patrolling towards the banana position. Just to be feeling out the options towards middle, just pre-firing the corners of the Glocks. Nice approach to push those CTs back. And all comes a bit of a standstill now. Defensive setup from FaZe. They've still got 1 smoke and a defuse kit. That's going to be for Carrigan towards the back of the B side.
Jisk and Glaive to have the crossfire ready to roll. See if they can get in with Dupree, working out from the boiler position as well. Jisk still just waiting. Device looking to try and that's exactly what Jisk was waiting for. I was going to say waiting in the angle, but Device starting to go toward B as well. Olaf's going to head that direction. It's Glaive with him, so they can certainly push Olaf back quite sufficiently. And Bomb being over on that side of the map is intriguing to me, more so with Rain getting back to Dupree. I think he just lost track of where he was a bit too far as he was peeking arch side and got taken down from quad. The reason I said that was intriguing to me is because they hadn't actually forced a rotation and they got to pick on the opposing side of the map. Now, with that kill going back against them, they've got to go over toward B. Kerrigan's there, 1 kill, plus a huge assist and another straight to the face of the Jisk. A brilliant round from him. Olaf's going to swing in, and FaZe look like they've got this pistol as well.
Just going for the plant here. They don't want to stop that. Interesting. They got to wait to make sure that the Clutch Master himself doesn't have much of an opportunity. They line up for him somewhat, but he gets a plant. Not all is lost. I really think it was worth maybe sacrificing 1 player to deny that, but they give it to him. And it will be a convincing round, especially from Carrigan. That's excellent. Great instant headshot on the defense there from the Coffins. Dinks up another, denies the plan for so long. It goes down in the end, but Astralis presumably going to force by now.
Hear me out on this. Is it worth giving them the plant when you know you have the round?
No.
Because you're going to get the $800 on the 19 now. That might bake them into a force buy, which means if they do and they use all their money, they won't be able to buy in round 3.
You've still got to win the round.
Sure, but I guess the point is, like, it was pretty obvious they would win the post plant.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just thinking maybe, I don't know. I like to hypothesize these things. Because like I say, if they fully invest, which, okay, fair enough, they're not going to. But let's say they did because they're around like 2,700 to 3,400 in the case of Zippix. You go all in on it, and then you lose the next round. You're only going to get the 2,400 without a bomb plant.
The only way I see them force buy in the second round, they get all the kills, they get all 5. And they narrowly lose somehow. That's certainly really, really viable. Doing it now, you're kind of just costing yourself maybe a guaranteed round going forward. You can still bring out CZ type of looks things. Deagle as well. And no nades, no armor. And just the objective to get that bomb planted here and cause a bit of financial chaos for FaZe. We'll see what happens here. 1 for Mass, make it 2. There's an M4 as well for Olaf Meister. Dupree actually gets a helmet, so that's going to cost him a little bit more than his teammates, of course. We'll see whether this is going to be enough. They get a plan down here. Could be amazing for their chances going forward. The run boost just to peek over the half wall there. Oh my god, what is that? Magisk will take down Carrigan, opening things up from CT spawn. And that's the star they needed here. Astralis actually have a leg into the round. And even more so now.
Nico, good shot. Takes out Zippix and Glaive. Just going to try and wrap it around. Deagle in hand. We know how he is with that weapon. Certainly a promising figure. Won't quite get the shot toward the pit this time. Now back away with bomb over toward the banana position, and that means the only one defending on that side of the map is currently Olaf. Slow it down. Good find, but just taken out of it. But he was all a ruse.
Well, they're looking for that plant still. They've managed to do a great job to get to this point. Without a smoke to cross over, unfortunately, it's always going to be around for FaZe. But they still got the 2 kills, and they've got a strong buy here. Dupree can still afford AK and armor with the 37 he has. You can see plenty of cash available for them. FaZe is trying to adjust now. This is the real test for FaZe. They can win this round. That would put them in a fantastic position, but it's one of the more difficult ones to pick up. Nico sprays a couple down, but it was Magus that started making things to be a little bit uncomfortable towards the initial sectors of the rounds. 2 for masses, 3 M4s. They have the majority of the utility. A couple of players about the incendiaries, but that's fine. And a fast approach towards Banana here. Flashbang, smokes, exchange, and an incendiary from the CT side as well. No one taking damage, actually. Quite surprising to see, but we'll have everyone on 100 HP for now, and a bit of banana control going in favor of Astralis. May just manage to get that amazing pre-fire towards spawn before. Can he replicate that with the AK-47?
Dupree to Boiler. Rain will, at least for now, wait at the quad position with his nose stuck to the cement because he wants to make sure no flashes will catch him off. Kerrigan getting quite passive, is going to rotate all the way around toward the coffin instead, but that's only due to a single smoke thrown so far on the CT side. They've got reasonable utility still, 2 smokes, and then incendiary in terms of defensive nades. But that said, we're at the 55-minute mark, so Astralis could bleed that out pretty quickly. Pretty forward stance at that quad position, really. But going that direction, which also means there's a longer rotation.
This is going to be the B execution by the looks of things. We've got 4 players there. Make it 5 as Zipex is falling back from middle. Carrigan and Olof to defend the B sites. Olof with HEs and flashbangs. Carrigan with no utility whatsoever. The HE actually really successful. The flashbang's not bad either. It's going to segregate the terrorists, and it's going to be Carrigan looking for the first kill here. Olof doing what he can, but it's going to be a trade out here for sure. Actually, man advantage as Astralis bully the fact they're both in similar positions, can both focus in that direction, and the lack of utility lets down FaZe. They might even consider a save at this point, as a 4-on-3 with FAMAS in hand as well. Might not even be worth it.
Rain, good shot. Big back out, goes through the smoke to find Dupree. He looks for a second onto device. He won't get it, but the smoke now gone. They've got to wager the odds here. They've got 2 kits. They've got a flash over. They've got Rain slightly too far forward of the mark, and the flash too high. Device able to take him down, but they trade it as they do again with Guardian on a Magistic. But this time is of the essence, and they are gone. It will be Zipix, the one to stay alive. That confirms the round for Astralis.
Certainly does. Guardian might be getting an AK out of this. That's pretty much as good as it's going to get for him. Indeed it is, and those kills we had saw before in that second round with the CZs come back to horn phase here. AC Carrigan, good for 1 there, but that position's so compromised. Great utility usage there from the Danes using the Molotov to make things very uncomfortable for Olof Meister. What a shot that is. As Rain does contribute to take 4 of them down, and that's why FaZe buy up here. They know if they can win this round, it's them right back in the game. Got 1 AK, an M4, 2 UMPs, and an MP9. 1 defuse kit. And I'd assume they have to maybe go for the first kill here. Nico jumps across and spots one towards the bridge. Not as crisp to begin with, at least, but he does recover. What a shot it is in the end. Zipex actually spotted him as well. Nico doesn't take any damage and gets the first. Is this an instant reply? Now they know that AK's on the other side of the map. They're going to try and force the issue here towards B. Oh, Clave, that's so brave. And it's not working out for them. Rain coming in with that UMP, mows down 3 of them, one of which was with the HE grenade. That's really, really well done by FaZe, and they're going to go 3-1 up here. It's up to Device now with Galil in hand to try and find some damage again. He won't win the round, but exact same scenario. If he gets 2 kills here, that's significant. But Nico carries the round, funnels them towards that B side. That's what it's all about. He shows presence towards second middle, gets that first kill. They say, well, that's all they've pretty much got is that A kill. We'll get in towards B. Let's go quickly, even through the smoke. We need to get there before Nico arrives. They try it. Glaive gets the first, but damage done to him. HE follow-up from Rain, and then he's got the balls to push through that smoke with the UMP, start mowing them down. That secures it. Really, really well done, and a huge round for FaZe to pick up. This is a force buy as well, Matt. The war of attrition continues.
Yeah, absolutely. We haven't seen as many of these back and forth affairs in terms
Yeah.
of like the broken economy where eventually someone loses 2 in a row and they're messed up. I think that's by virtue of the new economy system.
Yes, indeed.
Because that used to be really fun for me. It was like, oh, who's gonna blink first almost.
Yeah, we used to refer to it as like breaking serve. You finally took
yeah.
them down, they force bought again, then you get 2 in a row, and that's it. It's over. But we're still in that realm now. With the force buy here from Astralis, they can definitely win this. A bit of damage done towards Guardian. It will confirm, though, that they're on Deagles, so you don't necessarily have to be super aggressive at this point. So Nico, feeling very confident today. He's looking excellent as he holds the AK still. 3 of them on the CT side. That's so beneficial. If they can win this round, they'll have decent cash as well. They'll feel more in control and maybe flirt with some aggression, perhaps.
Nico's still waiting at quad to see who comes around to spot one walking out of boiler. That was Dupree. As we know it, Guardian with only 1 traded off. That's good enough for the Pistols. They'll get toward the arch. Nico, that's a pretty fast flick, but doesn't quite get there in time. Olaf instead, though, goes back towards CT. That could be more promising because this will pincer the play. Certainly slow down any access back toward B. I think Glave's watching. Okay, he's watching that side. It looked like he was looking toward Library, but, oh, at fair play. Goes the way of the CZ. That's going to give them an AK, and with that, having Zipic still at the mid position, they're going to go over toward B. Low HP on 2, though, and Kerrigan has the gun for, oh, exactly this situation. Big miss. Forced away and forced toward his smoke. That takes away the angle. They could go Ruins and get around him, and Zipic is going to take Kerrigan down.
Oh, the bomb's being thrown across. Nico just has to try and deny this plant. He won't do it, though. Kerrigan had to do better from that position. You said it. He had the perfect gun. He gets no damage off. He panics and falls back, and it's going to be Rain now. Left in a really problematic situation. 2 kills to find. They're both in CT. He'll get the first. No problem. Not even that. What a round that is from Astralis, and they had that phase. Even with Kerrigan compromised, he should at least be happy to challenge that position with the AUG. I feel like he was too tentative. Didn't keep his crosser on it. Was trying to hold a funny angle, and it comes back to haunt him. They give that round up. It's going to be 3-2, and there it is. Back and forth rounds. The 4 spies continue to find success, as we'll still see FaZe with about $4,000 per player. Nico, 158 ADR. It's difficult to really quantify that so early on in the round, or the half, I should say, but either way, still impressive. They are going to buy up. Not the best, but they still get 3 M4s and a couple of CZs. And the battle rages on.
Remember, this series is not for elimination, but it does have a rather significant reward as the winner of this goes through directly to the semifinal. That's being on Saturday. Tomorrow are our quarterfinals. Zipics will take out Kerrigan. That was a great replay of exactly how things transpired through the edge of the smoke as well after he was pushed off by a Molotov. Triple M4, CZs, 2 of them. Flash goes through and Magisk start to check out the barrel position. Olaf backs away, and rightly so, as a Molotov comes in his direction. Look at this little stack they have here. Just takes out Kerrigan with a rather aggressive push from Kerrigan, all things considered. They tried to flash him into position on the pistol.
Yeah, with the CZ especially, I feel like maybe it's more beneficial if you're going to do that, send multiple numbers in there.
Yeah.
Just to guarantee a kill instead of just giving one up. Still a chance here, but Rain doesn't get the initial frag, and that's going to be round. It looks like Astralis will get that break serve in their favor, as Glaive and Matus both get tagged up. 4 HP between them. But Guardian Nico, no choice but to save at this point. This game starting to turn around now. Astralis waking up and looking much sharper. FaZe with a decent start, but after losing to those Deagles and looking a little bit segregated and out of their depth, instead of holding onto the bomb sites and allowing them to have spawn, they were trying to challenge the position and rotate and getting caught off. It's up to Guardian and Nico now to hold on to their 2 M4s. They haven't got a kit between them, but a decent amount of kits in general, as we'll see smokes, flashbangs, and now maybe nothing will be saved. This device Hunts for Nico here. He is pincered in the corner. He does take another one down with him. That's quite impressive, but surely going to be dropped.
Yeah, absolutely. No chance they weren't going to push that to smoke and catch him off. So we're knotted on threes. This is, yeah, the most back and forth game we've had under the new money system, I think. And again, we find ourselves where FaZe can't really buy anything. So it's Astralis that stretched the legs. And finally, as I guess we would say, formerly break serve.
Yep, absolutely. So MP5 comes out with device, well read. He knows exactly how the finance system works, wants to make sure he can be a little bit more nimble with the MP5, push some smokes and farm some kills and investigate bomb sites without giving up a rifle. Flashbang towards middle though, not going to find much. There's no terrorists really waiting for it. Device does take a reasonable amount of damage, but these unarmored opponents should get mowed down by Dupree. A couple of kills, oh, just the one actually for FaZe, but they're doing some damage here. Always going to be difficult to contain. Final frag should be coming in momentarily. Rain avoiding the HE, bouncing around, seeing if there's anything available to him. Oh, that's not bad at all. He could have another one here as well. Oh, it's so low. Not going to happen, though. So 2 kills. Could have been 3. Good attempt, but it goes towards Astralis. FaZe with another buy here, though. You're just joining us. Best of 3. First match was Mirage. Actually, a pretty landslide victory for FaZe. 16-7. And we have Dust 2 coming up next, which I do kind of hope it gets to. This kind of matchup, sure, it happens quite a lot, I guess, with some of the events we have, but on Dust 2, not so often. Great, exciting map, fast-paced. Great for the snipers. Device versus Guardian will be so good if it happens. But actually, it's actually quite an interesting battle on Inferno as well. No snipers on either side, but the Karrigan Org is out. Let's see what can be done with it.
Oh, Dupree goes up toward Boiler. Rain inside of the apartments. I don't mind that angle at all. How about you, Hank?
What do you mean?
Here, just slightly inside the door, off angle. Oh, he's going to get flashed as well.
I don't like playing in there at all. I think it's too vulnerable. Unless you could be flashed in and you're just going for a quick pick. I feel like you're too exposed to grenades and you can't really back your teammates up. But every now and then.
It's not a default. Flash goes right, and they'll go left. Smoke's down on quad side as well, as Guardian has to be forced off the archway relatively quickly. That many players running toward him. Probably the better decision. They're actually going to back off this, so they just wanted mid-wall. They've got the map control to work with. With the smoke in front of the library, there wasn't really any further to go. But forcing that position, forcing them to reconsider. Guardians actually read this. They haven't put any more pressure on. Nico's called that because he repositioned, and now they've got a crossfire set up on this B site with 3 players. This could be a bit of an overstep by Astralis because now they walk in, no smokes down. Guardian's already there. Olaf just mows them straight away with the M4.
Nice rotations from FaZe. That's how it should look as well in terms of the crossfire. You get 1 kill, you hide, and the teammate swings out, and you make that choke point incredibly difficult to negate, as Astralis didn't have the smokes to actually focus on CT spawn. That's why it could be so good at the very start. So the Molotov missing at the start there. Here's Olaf Meister, his teammate. Get the first frag. He saw Nico. He'll pick that up, and then Olaf can swing out once the attention was taken. 4-4. FaZe certainly within the realms of a reset though, but this time they've got a nice full buy. The kits are out, the incendiaries too, as you can see, demonstrated by Glaive as he sits in one for a few seconds, goes down to 86 points of health. That's a nice wallbang attempt there from Rain. Not going to land any damage though. So this looks like an execution off the bat, to be honest. Zipex, he's going to be in that position, but that's a great shot. He'll be taken down by Nico, who's so good holding the A-bomb site. Only good for 1, though.
Guardian will hold off on Moto. Still holding on to a rifle as well. Dupree catches Karrigan, rotating back around Guardian. Forced back into Library, and I think they read a book on finances because they're going to save their money, Henry. I'm no Jim Carrey, but I'll laugh at my own jokes anyway.
Did you even laugh?
Don't. I pressed the cough button, Henry.
Okay, fair enough.
You just dabbed.
I know. I do it every time the round finishes.
I don't think we would be casting duo if you did. Right, he's out of here.
Well, This is going to be 2 weapons saved, both of which are AKs, so that's very valuable, but still, Astralis looking way too comfortable in Inferno, not allowing FaZe to run away with this in any respect. Every time they win a round, it's on to back straight away. That shot from Zipix, so look, that Rain had his number. That's why that position, you just asked me about it, right? It's not that great. You are vulnerable to pre-fires, to grenades. You can't really back your teammates up. You're just holding that one angle. And I'd rather just be on the balcony playing off a teammate and get baited in perhaps and work off him and crossfires towards short and the apartments. You can see how compromised you can get holding there, even though you can hear them coming. They'll still have the advantage. They come around firing in the corner. There's going to be a chance now as they do not actually fully invest in the round. Surprised that with 2 AKs. I thought they'd go for it. Looking at the bigger picture though, they're going to try and win this one out with the 2 rifles they have. Deagle and CZ. And in terms of the setup, I think we've got 4 players towards the A side, just leaving Carrigan alone with a USP at B. So putting all their firepower on one side of the map, and Rain goes down again early on in the rounds in the apartments.
Dupree waiting and has perfect positioning as Nico pops up. It's like whack-a-mole. Where's the head gonna show up? Oh, Guardians found it. He wins the prize. AK-47 for him, takes out Dupree. Only a 1-man advantage now for Astralis. His device wants to work back over on to the opposing website.
Website?
Website. It's an internet game. Why can't they be websites? www.infernob.com. Redirected to infernoa.com, and that's vacant. They've actually opened this up astonishingly well with a bit of an over-rotation from FaZe.
Yeah, 404, CT's not found.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Got to have another round in the bag. But to be fair, this is one of those rounds where you are just stacking one position just in case they do come there, you'll fight it. But if they don't, you'll just hold on to the weapons you do have. As those 2 AKs brought over, they did not invest into this round. So they're fine with that, but maybe not fine with the overall scoreline. It's going to be 6-4 now in favor of Astralis, who just look like they're running their defaults and pouncing together on the bomb sites, hitting the shots, and just looking way too good on Inferno. It's a good map for FaZe, but certainly not the best. And we saw the stat in the last 6 months on LAN. They've won 5 out of 12 maps on it. So considering a team of their caliber, that's not the most exciting statistic to read out. So you also said 2 AK. So Guardian with 2 frags. He'll fight valiantly to hold on to it. He's got $6,000, so he'll probably drops the AK towards, I don't know, Rain or something like that. This time the Molotov makes it in, just to know. Good to keep track of that. As Dupree follows it up with a kill. Double orb setup, Guardian and Olaf, like I pointed out at the beginning of this map. No longer Nico that orbs in Inferno, it is Olaf. As always, a little bit rusty when Nico is doing it. He's got one of the world's best riflers on his squad, might as well put that AK into his hand.
Olaf certainly ready for the nades. Oh my goodness, he's ready for everything Astralis want to put toward Banana. Read them cleanly as he goes back out for a kill. Looking to make this now 6-5 FaZe and keep it close. There's CT side on the map chosen by Astralis, so it's very important that they do so as Rain watches from the top of the atrium back toward the apartments, knowing well that no one was quite in position to do so. Once they slide Guardian over, he no longer is tasked with that and can focus on holding off the wall. The Wall by Pink Floyd. Your favorite song, Henry?
Yeah, not many people know that.
They do now. Speaking of wall, boost on the half wall at Banana. That's pretty sick, actually. Jumps off of it, lands, nails Olaf.
Oh, what?
Great read. Not such a great Molotov.
He still gets 2 kills, but why did that land in that way? Did it bounce off the scaffolding?
I think it bounced off, exactly. I think it did.
That's so strange. That should not be a thing.
Yeah, I agree. There's the windows beside Arch as well. I like the textures. I think they look great. I don't know that I agree with it being playable surface. Especially when you're in a panic. It's not like you're going to get like a pixel off of that. You're just going to aim for the wall.
It would have been so good for him. He still gets 2 kills, probably more than he was worth, to be fair. But let's see if this retake is successful. If they win the round, we'll leave it be. But they're running out of time here. They need to be getting their skates on. Flashbangs will go in. Nico needs to get a quick kill here. It's going to be Glaive. I think he's done it already. I don't think there's any chance if they get close to the bomb. No, boys, you haven't got that.
Boom, baby!
Yeah, I didn't think they did. It felt like that was gone even before the kill was picked up. 7-4, Astralis right back on their feet after Inferno. Oh, after Mirage, I'd say. Now on Inferno. Makes more sense. 13 kills for Nico. But that's not enough. Hitting absolutely everything there. The bomb was just a little bit too far gone. Gets the good nade there. Gets the frag. Even after jumping on the bomb, just wasn't quite enough. It's going to be a double orb setup though for FaZe. Saving 2 guns once again. They've lost 3 rounds in a row here. All of which with the bomb going off.
Update. After winning in overtime, it's been quiet for LDLC. I was just sorry. After winning in overtime for NRG, they now lead 7-2. That's why it's been quiet for LDLC. So that's what I was trying to say.
I don't know. I'm not really sure who is in the lead still.
I messed it up. I did a little bit. What I was saying was it's been quiet, indicative of the fact that NRG has been winning. Yes,
right.
From LDLC, right? Because they yell when they win.
Yes.
Are we back in the same page?
I get it. Absolutely.
Maybe the same book even.
Same book, same chapter, same page. All good.
Different sentence. But yes, you know what I mean. So NRG now up 7-2 after winning map 1.
Round 12 here. Astralis just look like they're taking it round by round, taking us to a 3rd map. FaZe don't really seem to have a response right now. They're looking like they're quite caged and they're not changing things up at all. It's pretty much the same setup every round. Just hoping they can hold on here, but you see, Astralis seem to have an answer for everything. This time it's Guardian with the first. Takes down Device. Oh my goodness, he's quick, isn't he? Considered one of the best. Rain learning his lesson from the previous encounters against Zipex. Spotted again though. He's just trying to bait in his teammate Nico. He sits on top of the bomb site here. Good smoke from Vrain. That's going to just buy them another 15 seconds and pretty much guarantee the round as Nico continues his rampage. He's the only one that's looking on Astralis' level right now. He's got 16 kills. That's really, really well done. As they go 7-5. So they can still win this half phase. If they did that, I'd say they still have a chance here, but they need to find more rounds like that. Clean ones where they're disallowing the plants, and it looks like they've actually maybe broken Astralis down. Not quite. So any device that has to be on the CZ. Actually, maybe Dupree as well. So you've got 3 AKs. So another chance for them to get right back in this game. They've lost to a few of these sort of rounds, though. The pace of Astralis that catches them off guard, especially when they've got that double orb set up out. Glaive looking to Molotov at the top of B. This could be a straight up rush here. Needs to be received though. Oh, this second one could be fantastic as Carrigan looks to mow them down. Org in hand. Great job so far. Needs to stay alive at this point. And he has got backup. That's really well done. Teamwork starting to come together here. Another clean one for FaZe there. They lost the first pick as well. Could have got really sketchy for them. But overall, 7-6. Looking for the 2-0 here in the series to book themselves a place in the semi-finals here at IEM Chicago. First of its kind map.
Absolutely is the first of its kind.
Does this replace Oakland?
That's what I was going to say. It's kind of a spiritual
successor
to Oakland in a way, which was the hallmark event for NIP.
And they're not here.
They're not here. So they're going to have to qualify back into this event and try and reclaim the IEM American trophy. So with that, we now have a 7-6 score. FaZe pulling it back, inching it closer and closer. Device back to a deagle. They've been put on timeout.
Well, a chance to think about what they've done, how it got here, how it fell apart. FaZe looking to win out the half here. I'm loving the fact it's a close game now. It's always good to see these 2 behemoths of CSGO duke it out. Watch both of them sweat. So just Glocks and a Deagle. Like you said, use this like a timeout. Discuss your options. They're going to get around $2,400 per player next round. So they have about 2K right now. As you can see, that's the money all perfectly positioned for you. Thank you so much. That's DJ, isn't it? That's to nod his head.
That's typical him. Likes attention, that DJ. Nade goes into Glaive.
Oh, the plant.
That's... Oh, I like it, though. I like it. He's perfectly positioned behind the statue. They're going to lose one, but they get the plant. Olaf's a little bit confused by that as well. So confused he nearly pistols his teammate. And then he'll pistol whip Magisk after taking down Dupree. It's still surely going to be the round to FaZe, but that's not a bad effort. I like that.
That positioning on the plant, you are right. That is really smart. Don't do that, Nico.
Oh, if he had got that AK out, I think they would have held the defuse either way, but could have got really hairy. Yeah, that was like as perfect as he could get. He wasn't showing anywhere to Olaf.
Not even an ankle. Nothing. 7-7 though. Olaf Meister, that was a nice shot.
He was planting that whole time.
Yeah.
You didn't see him.
So Olaf looking sharp, to be fair. Gets 3, but yes, the plant did come through, meaning a nice full buy for Astralis to close things out here. Round 15, ladies and gents. Who will come out on top in the first half? It's not as CT-sided as you would think these days. Plenty of teams can run away with their terrorist half, and Astralis are one of them. So they lost the pistol, but won the 3rd round. AKs across the board up against the double orb setup once again. CTs, I'm not sure they'll be aware of the little gap Device has here. They don't push any further though. Olafmeister and Carrigan hold up. Device alone. Gets himself on top of the logs. Pre-fires the corner. And just a back and forth sequence there as they try and wallbang each other. Flashbangs in. Looks like the execution is actually fully committed here from Astralis. In they go towards the quad. CT's to defend. It's Nico to find the first frag. He's been so good so far. Oh my god. He really is on form today. So many frags to his name in this first half, and that's going to be it. Guardian confirms the round. It's Magisk alone in round number 15. 4 kills to find, and surely has no sort of access point into this.
Kerrigan sneaking in the back way, and doesn't matter. Rain's going to pop back out. 8-7. Good recovery, all things considered, from FaZe as they were down, but not out. They turn it around. They take the lead on CT. We're going to go to a break, and we'll figure out if Astralis force map 3. The score is 8-7. That means it was basically a tie. We're going to go to halftime number 2. Astralis will go onto the CT side of Inferno. This is their map choice, and they are looking to level the score in the series. Remember, they were quite victorious on Mirage, Hank.
certainly were not. It was actually very impressive from FaZe to close it out in the fashion they did. They normally have big landslide first halves, but struggle to close out games against the likes of Astralis. But they got the 16-7, and now they're up 8-7 after a ropey first few rounds on the T side. We'll see what they can do here. It will be now one smoke for Guardian. They've got a P250 on Nico. He's actually been dropped that, so it means he actually has armor to go over. That's the new Superman setup. As Zipex and Co look to find the first kill here. Looks like Nico might go down if he keeps peeking. There's so much aggression from these CTs here. 3 players at the beginning of the round. Nico still wants to battle. So many frags to his name in that first half. 18 to be exact, as they set up towards the A site. They'll get out of the apartments here. Magus doesn't get the quick kill. That might be punished at this stage, and Dupree will be dropped at the very same time. Device towards the library. He'll receive equal treatment. Oh my goodness, Nico. That is a wonderful little flank as he holds towards Banana initially, and as his teammates take all the aggro away towards that A site. He peeks from the arch, takes down one of the key players, and that's going to be both pistols by the looks of things going in favor of FaZe.
Yeah, that's remarkable. It's not quite the same, I guess, effect or result as it previously was, but it will be now potentially 4 rounds at least for them. It was a little more back and forth in the first half. Nico's going to go out toward top mid. That's pretty good as he takes down Glaive, and he'll go for more as well on the P250. Tagged up down to 27, but he's got Zipex in the end.
That's Nico once more. Scary when he's playing like this. That's him over 20 kills now, gets to 21. Astralis sometimes will force buy in the second round just because it's Inferno, and I'm quite lucky this time they are going to go for it. It will be CZ's armor, a few smokes as well. So they'll treat this like a gun round. It's actually one of the few maps you can get away with this, and actually it's quite exciting really, because instead of the usual 1400 now, you get 1900 on the CT side. A map like Inferno, it's all about holding tight choke points and lots of cubby holes. You get a CZ, you get armor and most of your utility. You're actually onto something there. But they've got to deal with FaZe and their 4 rifles, 1 Mac-10, after keeping, what, 3 players alive. I think it was actually 4, as Nico finds the opening kill. That's a great shot. They don't have to overcommit, though. These are the sort of decisions that can throw the round away. If you overcommit to that first pick and try and run in and capitalize upon it, you want to see what the reaction is. Do they have anything else? The fact they've got CZs, you've already sensed there was armor on that first player you killed. What's the setup going to be? B-stack, very common in today's meta. They'll send 5 players, though, on the FaZe side. They should be winning this, but it can all fall apart. You need to try and eradicate risk, and that's why we drop those smokes. You do not want to go through that. You've still got a minute on the clock here, Matt. You want to hold up. You do not need to push that smoke. That's what you need to be careful of.
No reason to do it. They'll back away smartly at this point. Smoke's still down. There's no other. Oh, I take it back, Majiska's one. I thought that was a flash when it glanced my eye toward it, but it does have one further smoke. That's all. That all, girl. Nico goes back around toward the arch. There's no one actually ready to counter them in that position, so it's actually beneficial if they go this way. Bomb went down, but you got to go forward to get it. Majisk cuts that off. You all right? Here we go. They're going to wrap around from inside of the site. AK is still up. They won't be able to get the rifles. Smoke actually is almost the wrong side because he thinks he's covering off top mid. They're already in the A site. Olaf has device. It is down to just Zipex, and I think it's a bit too far gone. There is an AK right over there, but I don't think he's going to get there.
A little bit sneaky there from Magus because he can hear the French come to life once again. That's a great shot from Zipex. That Rain to the CZ. Are you kidding me? Rain counts his lucky stars there as he almost got equal treatment as well. Zipex wasn't far off, but that is the force buy, and Astralis do not win it. So that does yield a 3-0 for FaZe. It should be 11-7 after this one, as Astralis can do nothing but sit back and wait. No point taking a timeout, really. It's going to sit there at the USPs and see what can be done. This is exactly what FaZe needed for that 2-0. They give this map up now after finding both pistols. They've got themselves to blame. Astralis not looking their absolute best either. Ever there was a chance to beat them and find a direct berth into the semi-finals, this would be it. Already a map up. Got an advantage now on your T side. They've got full eco. Oh no, but they're going into the full B stack. They give up a kill essentially for free there without any flashbangs. At least smokes towards spawn, just challenged it, and Guardian goes down. Lovely stack from Astralis. Seen them use that before. They could still win this round.
Rain's going to get inside of the site on the box, jumps across, sees them pushing the smoke. Easy spray transfer, really. He gets 2, and it's just Device remaining. So FaZe, with a 1-map lead, get the great first, I guess, pistol, and I was going to say first half and second half start now as they go 11-7. A 4-round spread, not by any means a closed affair. So with that, and I remind you, this is not an elimination match. This only determines who goes to the semifinal. But with that, we now get into AWPs on either side. Guardian versus Device. That's, in my opinion, right now, best op battle you could have.
Yeah.
Oscar, maybe. I mean,
Kenny's out of that conversation.
Exactly. He's not at all right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Decent reaction, considering Olaf was wide side and had the first shot.
Yeah. It looked like Olaf had that one. He gets the first couple of bullets connected, but as you said, repositioned, recalculated. Device locks on, maybe on for another one here as well. Doesn't connect this time. Throws a smoke and retreats. Some more defensive position. Will this be the first round for Astralis? Maybe not if they keep that up. Carrigan so close, but he does get the frag in the end. That's Majors going down. As Nico tries to line up his smoke, he's like, you know what, screw this. I'm just going to run past and chuck it in. Couldn't find the lineup with the smoke down there. Another missed shot with that AWP, and this could get really problematic as the AWP Device has to hold on. He's not going to do it. Guardian's just too good, and Nico is as well. What a great showing this has been so far. They're not going to give away anything on their T side at this moment.
And Nico's already going hunting. He doesn't want a single gun carried over. They really want to put this to Astralis.
Yeah, he's got the thirst on right now, killing absolutely
every
everyone.
night.
Oh, of course, I know. Oh! Get him out of here.
Yep. Hello, Nico. Welcome back. To be fair, that's actually, so I've been kind of criticizing Olaf because he took a hiatus, came back from it, and I don't think he's been, I think we give him a free pass a lot of the time because of how good he was in 2015, right? He's like immortal to us now for that reason.
Sure.
I don't think he's really been all that impressive since his return. And
last month he has been, but I definitely agree with this.
But my point is, I've been kind of highlighting him as the player that needs to step up. The truth is, I think Nico's fallen off a little bit as well. So this is a great game from him.
Yeah, one of the best I've seen in recent memory from him in terms of individual performance. It's been pretty nutty. Another eco here as Device just swallows the grenade right down his throat as it goes down to 44 HP. If FaZe can win this round and get 13-7, they are looking very good for a 2-0. But this is the sort of round, when you have this sort of lead, these are the rounds that somehow fall apart. It's difficult to really quantify as to why. But I've cast a 7 CS, and just when you feel like a team's just about to break them down and get close to it, they lose to the CZs. It's an awkward crossfire. An opening pick with no trade normally comes through. Maybe that's about to happen. There's the first kill. They do get the trade, and they get the site. So that should be it. But nice little setup there. Good effort from Zipex. As Device can only really hold on in CT spawn with his half HP and CZ combo.
So Kerrigan will throw away the AK. Go back for the other one that's on the ground. Probably even throw that away too. No, I don't think. Okay, the up's already in Guardian's hands. What am I saying? 13-7. I didn't think that this would get this out of hand. We've got another series coming up for you today on our broadcast. Fnatic will play against Liquid to determine, again, a semifinal spot. Luminosity plays against Mouse Sports as well. We've got it all here, Hank. We've got it all.
We always do. The full package. 13-7. Device, as you can see on your screen, eagerly awaiting the next round. He now has the AWP. In terms of his frag totals, he's not looking too good. 8-16. Same story with Zipex as well. Two key names in the Astralis machine. As Nico continues to find kill after kill, those two can't really make a dent in the scoreboard. Rain hunting towards that border room. He knows that's what Dupree likes to play on the T side and CT. Glaive taking the initial damage as wallbangs start to be exchanged, and it will be 2 kills. Lovely stuff there from Astralis as they continue to find all the frags available to them. That's going to be a 5-on-2. Glaive, there was no need for him to be in this position. Olof back to punish. Not going to happen. Definitely had the chance to at least get a kill back, but an awkward exchange will find him going down, and Guardian will be getting the same treatment there. It's 13-8, Astralis with a clean sweep. It was quite a slow and calm default to begin with. All of a sudden, all hell broke loose. And that's going to be the first round on the board for Astralis in the second half. That brings us to 5-1. Obviously, plenty of money farmed up in that respect. His device, he'll get the first and drop down towards the boiler and middle. This hits absolutely everything. What a menace.
Pretty solid stuff for Astralis to get on the board their first round and a half. Glaive through the edge of the wall. That's a little bit of luck for you.
Ooh, change of pace here, Matt.
Massive change of pace. This is going extremely quickly, and it's going to work. This is a reset against Astralis as well. This could be huge. They've got to rotate off of it. Glaive's already down at the bottom of the T stairs waiting for a call on which way to go, but you're right. This is an early save call.
It's Nico again, the one-man fragging machine. He's like, you know what, boys, I'm in-game leader. I'm just going to run up middle. You're going to be behind me.
Yeah.
I'll kill everyone. How about that?
This is the game I'm used to seeing from Nico. Classic Nico.
Yeah. Let me off the leash. I'll get up there. I'll find them all. Well, there we have it. Dupree and May just go down, and that's enough to force out the save.
Has to be. I mean, this again, I just finished saying it. It's going to be a reset, so they had to make that call immediately.
Yeah, you're right.
Now they'll at least be able to drop and buy, get everyone back into position to try and get some more rounds. And they find Nico at least, so the man who killed them all to start off the round will go down at the very end of it.
Look at him go, though. Straight through that smoke, continues the transfer. Oh, my God. I knew it was good, but I didn't think it'd be that amazing to watch. That's really impressive. Not many players can pull that one off, let me tell you. Timeout for Astralis. Another chance here. It's going to need to be a perfect game at this point, though, to stay alive. Looking down the barrel of a 2-0. This is the most convincing FaZe we've seen in a while, Matt. Especially in a best-of-3 against Astralis. Like, normally they're kryptonite. Actually looking like they might be the favorites here and might just close it out quite comfortably. Zonic's going to have to deliver some speech.
It doesn't look like he's too vocal now. Well, I guess we're in freeze time. We're not in the pause time, are we, Hank? So he's obeying the rules. That's what I was trying to say.
Well, it all leads here.
FaZe is looking great for that semifinal spot. And you know what? I kind of like to see it. It's good to have them back in this position. We've already lost FaZe. We've already lost, we've already lost Na'Vi. We've already lost MIPR.
Yeah.
FaZe, Team Liquid, and Astralis, that's your top 3 right now. And then there's an absolutely epic chance for an underdog team to sneak in there.
Absolutely.
NRG, LDLC, obviously they're playing each other right now. I think that game's tied back up. But this could easily be a tournament where someone unexpected comes away with maybe even a final appearance the way things are going.
Well, first FaZe have to get through this one. Until it says 6 in at the top, the job is not done. This is an interesting setup there. 2 players in off angles trying to negate the Guardian pre-fire with the AWP and take them down together. That's an interesting idea for sure. Means you can play out front, in front of the smoke as well. But here they go. Setting up for the A split. Carrigan's in towards the apartment position. Rain and Guardian have mid control, but Device is in library. He does have the AWP. And that's an incredibly difficult spot to remove him from. He's got to smoke him out as Rain will flash it and peek around the corner. There's the smoke down. Pre-fires the corner. There is a player in towards Arch. That's Zipex. As they cross over, and I think he challenges one now. As the smoke goes down, surely he doesn't get the kill. And will be Rain to go down, and Zipex only finds one, but there's Glaive from the Speedway out of position now. The only player in towards the B site, but somehow takes on Olof.
Burns him. That was the Molotov that he threw before he went to Speedway.
How does that happen?
I don't understand how Olof dies to that. I guess they were, yeah, you pointed at it time. They're just trying to get in the site optimistically. This is now 14-9. This round's done.
Calamity there from FaZe. trying to get through the flames. I don't think Glaive can believe his luck, really.
He might have hit him with one bullet as well, and then the final tick got him. I didn't see when he turned back, but it was a Molotov he threw before he rotated.
Well then, FaZe. Not the best in that particular round. Ran out of time. Tried to go for the split. They got an equal trade with Zipex, but just didn't seem to know what to do with it after that. They'll take the tactical timeout now as they plan their finances. Device starting to wake up into this game. Like we said, he was on 8 a couple of rounds ago. He'll find himself on 10 frags now. At the very top is Glaive on 15 and 17 after that great performance.
Well, not double digits yet, but a chance to get there. Certainly. Kerrigan onto the creek. No one on Astralis has brought it out, and the reason I say that surprises me is because before this was even like the meta change and the money change, Magisk used to run it.
Yep, he absolutely did.
I thought he would bring it back immediately.
It's weird, isn't it? But the thing is, you don't remember when you and I casted it, it was always like me saying, I've still yet to see him do anything special with it. You know, like, he'll get maybe 1 kill on his trade, but he never really did anything phenomenal with it. And there's things he does with the AK, you're just like, well, why would he get off it?
Maybe he knew that Valve was going to change it, and he wanted to bait everyone into using it. Guys, it's really good, I swear.
Well, Carrigan's doing a good job with it.
He's killing it with a guy.
And Alicia's as well, to be fair. So for Carrigan, a player whose future really does have a massive question mark around it, why not reinvent yourself? Why not try and take advantage of a new approach to the game? As definitely considered one of the quote-unquote weaker fraggers in this particular team. He's not a bad CS player by any stretch. Just in the FaZe lineup where they're built around superstars, now no longer the in-game leader, trying to work out what is his actual role within the team.
Oh, Nico, look at this. They're walking the boost closer.
It's kind of sick,
actually. No, it's super sick. Okay, they're just going to go straight boost at the wall. Clever idea. Fast from Device. He is extremely fast at flicking, by the way. I saw a slow-mo comparison of Oppers, and despite that we talked about how good Guardian's movement is and how quick Guardian can be, on a direct flick, I think Device is still the fastest. But that's pretty cool to walk the boost up like that. I like it. Would have been super sick to see that get a kill. Smoke set toward the coffins in the hands of Guardian. Fair play from Glaive. He'll take out Nico. Olaf Meister still holding on with the AK-47, trying to find an angle to the back of the site. And Smoke down Device.
It's just more of the same.
It's the time again as well.
Yeah, they look like they just don't know what to do in these sort of rounds. They don't know how to close the game out, so they're doing nothing and then executing with like 12 seconds left. It's a little bit rough to watch, actually. But Astralis right back in this now. The fact they got the double digits will start applying the pressure. You can see that like Device isn't flashed. He's not smoked off. They've got 10 seconds. It's like, you know what, let's just go in one by one. And these are impressive shots, don't get me wrong, but most AWPers can hit those if you're not going to flash them or anything. It suggests the default just hasn't gone to plan at all if that's the play at the end of the round. It's really quite disappointing towards the end. So, they actually do force buy here. This is actually could be the end of FaZe on this map, you know. And Guardian's burning. He's going to go down. Oh, an absolute nightmare. To recover at this point. Zipex, so you feel like he's going to do well in these scenarios. Doesn't have to commit to this. Olaf Meister might have to, though. So much damage done. So efficient as he'll pull one back. Takes a lot of damage for it, but still a 3-on-3. Better than nothing. And Nico's still alive as well. He's got 100. He can win these rounds single-handedly. So they haven't looked amazing tactically. But the individual skill of Nico, especially in these sort of shots where he has a disadvantage, has been quite special to watch. Is he just going to dry peek this? Of course he is, and be taken down, be free. Well positioned, and no one's get the trade. You can see they don't really have much of a plan here apart from, I'll go for this pick, you guys hold up and see
that's
what
pretty
happens.
much it. Yeah, game Nico has been carrying, and that seems to be the strategy. Is this like a Shades of Mouse Sports? It's like Fnatic 2015. Olaf, just walk out Cobblestone B, please. Kill them all. Glaive's going to take down Kerrigan. This round's also done, so we'll have Astralis now on 11. Olaf's not going to even get the plants. I love it. What a way to execute him, Glaive. You're a stylish gentleman, sometimes a scholar, and we now have 3 rounds between them. Not even overtime secure yet for FaZe.
14-11 And you can see FaZe, they need a tactical timeout here. I think they'd be better off with some quick, fast-paced strategies. Just get set piece off the bat. Your defaults just look so underwhelming right now. Astralis just reading them very well and just holding you out of the utility. I think just a fast execution off the bat would be enough. Grenades thrown. Should be quite a simple procedure here. I've got a feeling that this is going to go 16-14 in favor of Astralis. FaZe just look like they've dropped off. But we'll see. It was looking so good for them as well. They've lost 4 out of the last 5 rounds. And Astralis has got enough for pretty much the rest of the half, especially after this round when they get another 32-50 in the bank. Not going to be any kills. That's round confirmed, 1 by 1.
I think you're right with the 16-14.
Yeah,
FaZe just hit a wall. They're clueless.
They just look like they just don't know how to get any map control. They're being stifled by the grenades. The orb's ineffective. And to be fair, it's not like they're doing anything super wrong. It's just like Astralis is so overwhelming on this map, you know?
How many times have they failed to close out games on Inferno this year?
Yep.
How many overtimes have we seen with them? Cloud9 specifically had 2 double overtime games against them in big matches. We had it at Katowice, twice at Katowice. And then we had it at the Major, most notably, for the Major. And obviously that one being Boston, not the most recent. And I think there was someone else in there that took them to overtime. Maybe Fnatic, I want to say, as well at Katowice in the final?
I can't remember.
So, yeah, either way, no problem with him. This is it. Nico's going to do it all. And a 1 versus 5. He manages only 1 kill. 2 rounds between them now. We'll keep counting that down. Meanwhile, it is LDLC 13, NRG 10. That could go to a 3rd map as well.
You're right. Well, lots of interesting games going on right now. You got to stay here, though, guys. This is the best one.
Yeah, I don't even want to update you on the other ones because they're just irrelevant in comparison.
This is the main broadcast. You got the best teams. We'll see whether FaZe can close this one out.
Not the best casters.
Not the best casters, but we do have the best game. But FaZe, I don't think they can do this anymore. I feel like they haven't got anything left in the tank tactically on the T side. It seems like we've seen it all, and they're just running default after default here. Oh, that nade is not great. Don't do that. So
I guess they just feel like remorse for FaZe at this point. Like, we're going to weaken ourselves up, boys. Good luck. Molly goes deep. Boost out behind that half wall, both crouching. That's so that they can control the timing of it and know when to go. Device actually decides he wants up there now on the AWP. Okay, all right. It seems like he's fine with falling off it. I thought that was a misstep, but he'll back away as his teammate has done the same. In fact, they're going to go for the early rotation. Device to hold Banana all by himself. Does Guardian find this? It's the battle between the two. Device gets lagged, but it's Glaive to get Nico. That's your top fragger gone already on FaZe's side.
And there's no response. There's no rebuttal. It's all just a default with a player going down, and there doesn't seem to be much of an objective here. Smoked out. That's them not doing anything for another at least 10 seconds or so as the timer runs out. This is going to be a B execution again. This is all they've got left is do nothing on the default, fall back to B, run out of time, and it's very telegraphed it's going to be a B-side attack again. They're just going to hope these Molotovs are enough and they get some entries here. There's 3 CTs. I just don't see it working out unless Rain can find more of that. It goes to a 4-on-4, but Glaive has got Carrigan. Absolutely so. Is the bomb planted? It is. And now it's up to Guardian, who's alive. He can actually do well in this position with the AWP.
This is on. This is their chance. Back to Banana. They want to check the flank, rightfully so. That flank's a little bit behind, though, so that might take them too much time. And the time that it's taken, Magisk could actually be overlooked because they now know there's 3 at the front of the site. They're not ready for this. Guardian's going down. Magisk might even get 2. Rain's got the corner, but it's still, oh, thank God he hit that shot. I was going to say, as soon as Rain's gone, Guardian's not in position to take that fight. So that alone, taking Magisk out of it, and the low HP, we've got 15 for FaZe finally.
Wow, it was so labored to get to this point. Like I said, it's just more of the same. They wait for that default, it gets nothing. A 5-on-4 execution, but Rain, he gets it done. That's one thing they'll always have. And oh my God, a player went down as well. To be fair, they got loads of money. It doesn't really matter on the CT side. But they've always got to have that skill ready to go. And Rain, great awareness as well to take down Major's flanking. That was the key moment for me. So 3 rounds in a row for overtime. Astralis have shown they can do it. At least that's pressure relieved. As Glaive got the first kill through the smoke cleanly. That's pretty funny as Glaive manages to be a nuisance. Can they close it out here? FaZe have guaranteed overtime on the second map. Flashbang towards middle. Guardian gets himself in towards the underpass. Fast pace. This is better. This is what I want to see from this squad. They're looking weak on their default. Just get stuck in and use the AKs. Brute force towards the A site. Is this a moment when they close it out? Maybe not, as they get mowed down, and it's going to be a clean sweep.
And a reset.
Yeah.
This has overtime written all over it. Overtime, time over. It's 15 to 13.
Yeah, they don't force by here. They'll just eco for round number 30.
No choice.
Well, that's a little bit disappointing.
Yeah, I mean, all things considered, they finally had a good round, and then they just get smashed.
They went for, but to be fair, I'm fine with this. They at least were trying to change things up and say, well, the default's an absolute nightmare. We just rush A together with some set smokes. Obviously didn't work, have to full eco here. And we'll use this as a timeout as well, just to discuss how to close it out, if they can.
Shot back down toward bottom mid. Dupree's got to be careful here. He's been out there a while and picked apart. That's one kill. No rifle from that. It's H. Oh, I say that. Look where Olaf showed up from. Top of alt mid. He gets the AK-47.
If they had any armor, they might be able to do something with this. It's certainly an asset. 5-on-4. Dupree goes down to the Glock and gives up an AK-47. Oh my god, they're going towards B, but no one's there. Have they got a smoke? They haven't. So you only get the weapon, or the grenade, I should say. The last one he uses is the one you'll pick up on his dead corpse. So if it had been a smoke, perhaps, you could have picked that up. Oh my goodness, this actually is still viable for them if they only had the rifles in these last two remaining players.
Or even a smoke now in the post plant to pick up the rifles again. Same thing.
They're going to have to go for it, though. They can't just sit there.
No, absolutely. Bomb's planted. You're
Nico
going.
knows.
And he peeks it, spots it. Damage done. He's got one more. He's looking for a gun desperately. He desperately wanted the gun rather than to fight Magisk, unfortunately. Magisk found him before the rifle was levied. It's now 15-14, round 30. Bomb plant's pretty instrumental.
Yeah, it absolutely is. Nothing to do with the kills they got to the CTs. They have plenty of money anyway, but the fact they get an extra few $100 for the kills they found, an extra $800 for the bomb going down, and a full eco, means they get the AWP out now. They'll get the AKs. It's round number 30. All the rounds. Overtime looking incredibly likely. FaZe is just haven't looked themselves here since the gun rounds have begun. I mean, they had that 5-0 start here in the second half, but that was really based off momentum and the finances of Astralis and their force buy in round number 2. Instead of getting the rifles out in the third, they got themselves in this mess. As Device will drop a FAMAS, I believe. I don't see why that's required. They've got plenty of money. So, okay, they've purchased that now. The AK's on the floor. It's Glaive at the very top with 24 kills and 20 deaths. Nico with 31 and 20 on the FaZe side. Last few rounds, though, he has dropped off in terms of the amount of frags he's posting every single round. Round 30, last chance for FaZe to do this in regulation. Might have to be overtime at this point.
Indeed, it might. Nico gets position ready for smoke. Quad side. They went with speed and grace the last time they went around. With Nico getting 2, they want to go with speed again, but Magisk is already up inside of the apartments. Damage is massive already. Good trade, though, as that Rain will at least get 1, but Device has Olaf, and I am afraid we need extra innings. This will not be sorted in the first 30 rounds. Rain goes down, bomb dropped again, and Guardian knows the situation. Astralis have turned this on its head, much like they did against Liquid in the major, from a much larger deficit, to be fair. That was 8-7 at half. That was 13-2.
It seems like FaZe have got real 3 options on their T side. It's default, fast A rush like that one with the small execution, or default into B execution. They don't really seem to have a ton to fall back onto. We've seen that fast A a few times now, and really hasn't found the success we're looking for. Hits the shot, but we do go to overtime. It's Astralis who find the resets. Your FaZe are gutted at that one. You had this game in the bag. That was done. And just looked so uninspired and flat towards the end of it. But Astralis just overwhelmingly good. The grenades, the aggression, the change of setup. It's just so difficult to contain, and FaZe didn't have an answer for it. This will be MR3 16K, meaning money's not really a factor here. And I think we're into it. We are indeed. FaZe will continue their T-side campaign. At least they have cash now. See if they can post the first round. They're going to change things up or just go back to the default.
Olaf going to smoke himself off at the bottom of Banana.
Didn't have to in the end.
Yeah, turns out it didn't go that far. Not bad. Saved that little bit of utility. Device fires preemptive. And Olaf gets a little bit of position from that. He'll confirm the corner's clear.
Just to note, Device is rotated back towards A after showing presence of B.
Just trying to funnel them, influence them with that AWP. They might do, because Kerrigan's already inside of the apartments. Bomb's still down at the bottom of mid. Nico with the nades and Molotovs at his feet. He remains unscathed. The nade not quite bouncing far enough. So Bomb still waits at the bottom of Banana. 2 players to go aggressively. And this, my guess would be, is a fake. Turn around, grab the bomb on the way back after you throw some utility. At least one of the two. Olaf's going to stick around to try and find picks. The others have found ground toward the arch. The problem is they've got the apartment. If that bomb hits top mid, they still don't have control of quad. So Dupree can shut this down. He knows he's got problems though and has to rotate back. Nico finds Magisk. Kerrigan gets Dupree. That's a better strategy. That's something they could have pulled out in the first 30.
We didn't see that in regulation once, though, did we? They maybe, after getting the reset, realized that, oh, we actually have all these ideas and things we can do. And that's much better. The first round will go in favor of FaZe by the looks of things. Money not a factor, like I said, so you might as well just go for these retakes, as there will be Zipex to challenge Olaf and makes things a little bit concerning now for the T side. But Zipex can't buy the AK on the CT side. Might as well save that. That's absolutely true. And I guess if you keep buying the AWP 3 times in a row, you will eventually run out of cash. So might as well hold on to that in the same token. Well, there it is. A nice little fake. Perfectly done as well. They actually pull over a CT towards that side of the map. They've got enough utility, enough presence to suggest that would be enough. And then they go towards A and actually trade out the kills. It's the first time in a strategy instead of someone just finding all the kills, like Nico, for example. So that's great.
No, that was very well played. Very well structured. They had control of Arch before they even went toward B. They knew what they were working with. So FaZe draw first round, then overtime. Astralis will try and recover that.
They just adjusted the graphic there.
16K, by the way.
Yes, indeed.
Actually, I say that.
It is 16K.
It is 16K. Okay, I had to do the math on Guardian repurchasing. So with Rain back up inside a boiler, Molotov already down at the door, they're going to be aware that he's in there. That's what you were talking about with Magisk inside of there.
Ooh.
Gets sprayed down, desperately has to run back to pit. That's it.
But he did the damage with the nade, though.
He did do the damage, but he's so weak in such an important position, so he will need some support. Certainly they can get the shots in. So far he hasn't yielded any assists from it. He actually took down Kerrigan directly, but they're exactly that. He'll get taken out by Rain, guarding it onto Magisk, and Glaves left in the open, so the support system doesn't really work. HP is still a massive factor. As Device thought Boiler was his point of contention to go for the retake, he's since reconsidered, and he'll go top mid. He'll work actually with Zipex to clear that position first and foremost. As they get the op in the hands of Nico. Nico's on 12 HP. That's why Guardian has the 100 HP. He wants to be able to battle with the AK.
Or the Molotov might save the round if a FaZe, even though they've got low HP. It forces out a smoke as well. Device, worst position possible for this retake. 3 versus 1. Reynes gets out of there just to play the bomb and make sure he's nothing to do with this nightmare. And they'll kill Device probably. Oh, he's got the pistol out, but still, Rain will find it. My goodness, FaZe, where was this in the last few rounds?
That looks so much better.
Actually structured Counter-Strike there. Looking really good. Like, it's so weird. Like, FaZe are just one of those teams when they have a lead, they get close to winning a map, they just change their mentality. It's something about it. I'm not sure if that's Nico still getting used to the in-game leading responsibilities, but you can see that it's a shift in their momentum. When they lose one of those rounds they think they should have picked up, they get very cagey and really kind of underwhelming with their defaults. They don't want to make commitments and don't want to call fakes, and they just run the very standard moves and run out of time. But this is much better. Refreshing, actually. If they end up winning this one, they'll be able to learn a lot from this overtime.
So here we go. This is like Liquid Astralis in the major all over again, isn't it?
Yeah.
A little bit of a
that's
comeback from
absolutely-
Astralis and then still lose it in overtime, maybe?
Yeah. That's
Not quite as dramatic of a comeback, but
No, definitely
shades
similar.
of it, yeah.
Hello.
This is it. Where did this come from? From FaZe as Guardian takes down Zipix as well. No defense at all.
This is unbelievable. 3-0 pretty much confirmed at this point. Device has to go for it. He's had the orb 3 times in overtime. I don't think he's picked up a frag yet. Pretty unreal scenes. I just don't know how you explain this turn of events, as it will be FaZe with match point there, series point, semi-final point, as they look for the 2-0 against Astralis.
Someone just pointed out in chat that we've cursed Nico at 14-7. He had 29 kills. He now only has 33.
Yeah, he definitely dropped off. I noticed that too. But that just goes to show you, like, now he's in-game leader. He doesn't want to be the one that's like, oh, I'm going to make this play, I'm going to go kill everyone sort of thing. He's kind of, oh, I don't want to make that, I want to make sure we stick together and all that sort of thing.
I don't like him being the in-game leader still. I'm not convinced. But anyway.
I don't think that'll be
long-term. Yeah.
Long-term. That's just
Can't be long-term, let's be honest.
Like, they'll keep their eye out for another big name to become available, I'd imagine. Unfortunately, he's Carrigan on the chopping block next when they make changes. That's just a fact that we're all aware of. Guardian goes to the first kill, looking to close it out early. That you can see they've got their killer instinct back now. Now they've got a bit of a buffer. You can see they found their aggression. They're ready to take these picks at the start. Doesn't work out, but that's fine. It's going to be Guardian who stays alive. Double overtime should not be happening here, considering FaZe on the CT side, but stranger things have happened. 3 players towards B for the CT forces. Device boosting up his teammate here. This is looking quite good, but the flashbang, anything but an equal trade for now. But Carrigan coming out on top. He could have got out of there. The Guardian still holding strong at the B side. He's dropped a smoke to buy himself a bit more time. 3-on-3.
This could be it for FaZe, though. 3-on-3. If they can shut down this attack toward the A site, bomb still on B. No rotation required. That puts pressure in the hands of Guardian. He's already weak. 49 HP, has the AWP. Device is going to bring that bomb back to his teammates, I think. Doesn't want a chance going alone. Rain waiting down below, off angle for Pit. Needs to be cautious of quad, that's why he doesn't stay to the right of the barrels. Molotov goes deep, he's fine. Nico's gonna get closer to support. Crossfire, found by Rain! Shut down to the bomb and FaZe sweep overtime. It's 19-15 and they are through to the semifinals.
It looked so bleak towards the end of regulation. FaZe apparently dropping off, couldn't find the strategy to get them over the finish line, but all it took was a reset, a chance to reflect, and they managed to bring it right back in their favor. 3-0 in the first half of overtime, and a clean finish at the end, Matthew. That's pretty impressive to come back from what looked like a game that was falling apart, but they've done it, and they're going to the semi-finals. We'll throw it back to the studio and see what they thought of that. Over to you, boys.
FaZe in 2. Astralis are going to be battling in the quarterfinals. The arena is not a guarantee. I'm joined by Sponge and Pimp. My goodness. What was it before we started this pre-match? Jacob, we outlined it. There was a certain record that Astralis had set versus FaZe.
11 maps in a row Astralis have beaten FaZe on, and now we see FaZe beat Astralis in 2 in a row. That's, you know, quite the complex right there.
Yeah, quite the turnaround, and in spectacular fashion. I thought they'd hit a brick wall, Chad. I thought we were seeing 3.
Yeah, it felt like it was just over there, right? That comeback from Astralis, the fact that they're able to hold on, have some very decisive CT rounds to lock that one out. I think, you know, as soon as we got to that overtime point, this is what FaZe do on other maps. They just run the same execute until it works. And they just did the same thing in overtime and made it work. A T-side 3-0 sweep. Yeah. That's fantastic.
There was one man on FaZe's side that got the ball rolling, Jacob. He may have called off towards the end, but I mean, we have to talk about Nico.
The way he performs in this game is just, you know, godlike Nico mode. That's, you know, one of the cases where you can argue that he's one of the best players in the world, if not the best. The way he's shooting people, the way he's tapping people, the way he plays with confidence, that's the Nico we want to see all year round. And that's a Nico who can destroy a team like Astralis single-handedly. And that's basically what he did in the first half.
There was so many rounds, Chad, where you just kind of sit there and go, oh, this is looking good for Astralis. Oh, Nico. Okay.
Yeah, like let's be frank about this point. He got FaZe Clan to 14 rounds. You know, his performance got them that far. From that point onwards, he cooled off, right? Now, other people needed to step up. If you have one guy who's going to put you all on the back and take you to the point of, hey guys, I've done the hard work, we just need to get across the line now, you want them to step up. And sure, they did towards the later stages of things. Everybody contributed where they needed to. We saw Olaf, we saw Guardian, Karrigan, Rain, everybody to get the final victory, the rounds they needed, stepped up. But this game, to get in that position on a map, which they have been really strugglesome on, has to be given to Nico for such a huge haul.
Yeah, fantastic work from them. But 2-8-7 halves was how things did shape up. And of course, we ended up in that overtime. These are your stats for Inferno. And look at that. My goodness. Despite cooling off, you can see he finished with a spectacular close to 140 ADR. That's all you need to know.
He's posting 112 ADR over the course of 2 maps against the best team in the world, and one of the teams in the world that are best at utilizing, you know, or destroying star players. Simple had a period in his career where he was not good against Astralis because it's so hard to play against him.
Yeah.
You get naded down, you get flashed all the time, you don't really get you to use your skills and your abilities. And somehow, you know, Simple found a way to do that. We saw that last week at the Blast Pro Series, but now Nico as well, you know, posting 112 ADR against such a well-orchestrated team like Astralis is, that's just amazing.
There is a pro about being an in-game leader and being a star player, right? One of the pros in that is you get to put yourself in the positions you want to be in. Now,
sure.
I'm not saying that is why that he's, you know, being such a massive player individually here, but that can contribute in certain scenarios.
You said it yourself, you know, the way they kept Rain over the same strats over and over again, that's sort of like Karrigan's calling style, you know, that's something Karrigan would do in his FaZe time. So I'm curious to know whatever that actually was Karrigan's call or whatever it's Nico. Because I do believe that you're right when you say that they're kind of like joined together and they help out each other. I don't think FaZe necessarily have one clear-cut in-game leader. I think they're doing it together right now.
Yeah, and we talked about Nico an awful lot and the collaborative efforts. Maybe we'll get some answers to some of these questions that Jacob is pondering because Nico is standing by with Stunner.
Salvage themselves here on an overtime on Inferno, but let's backtrack a little bit. I got the boy wonder here in Nico, and we're going to be talking a little bit about that of FaZe Clan. Started off in the Mirage, smooth sailing. What can we say about Inferno, though? Let's perhaps start to lock it in there.
About Inferno? Yeah, we know it's going to be hard against them. We have lost every single Inferno we have played against them, I think. So we kind of know how they play, but we never really had a solution how to like outplay them. We have won some lucky rounds. I think one round which was like 4-on-5, which we shouldn't have won, but we did, and that helped us get to overtime, I would say. Regarding the plan, as I said, I had a plan. It didn't work in the start, but that lucky round changed everything in the half, and that's why we managed to close it out. And we had a good last round where we faked B. We had a read that they're going to stack B, and we just went around long, and we won the round.
Well, I mean, in terms of your T sides, let's talk about the preparation and perhaps what do you guys, you know, really had planned coming into this matchup. T-side on Mirage, I changed completely the way we played against them every other Mirage because I think we lost like last 5 Mirages against them, and now I changed completely the way we played. Just played very slow, and then we just took mid way slower like we did before, and then we just split either A or B, and that worked kind of good for us. And on Inferno, yeah, the thing is we won the pistol round, I think. Yeah, we won the pistol round, we won the first ground round, which helped us a lot bring the T-side back. If we wouldn't have won that pistols, our T-side would be way harder to win against them. So I'm just happy that we managed to close it out. The last question I have for you is this, and there's been a lot of talk about bouncing around of who's calling under the FaZe Clan. Is it solely you? Is this like a team effort? How's it working over there in the camp?
It's still me with help from Karrigan. I'm the in-game leader, and he's helping me a lot.
Fair enough. Well, congratulations. FaZe Clan have done it in 2, and we're going to be kicking it back to the desk so we get to this next best of 3 soon.
Well, you FaZe fans now can go see them in the arena. It's a guarantee with that victory. And indeed, mentioning opening kills was something that we were talking about a little bit about on Mirage. We were suggesting that people were just going unrivaled, and we even saw it in the big clan game. Now, you've been looking at the stats for this one.
Yeah, just with Inferno in mind, we always tout Astralis as a team who play the fundamentals very well, and especially those power play situations. By power play, when they get the opening kill, right, they have the 5v4 advantage. In this game, they had 22 opening kills to only 12 of FaZe Clan. That attests to FaZe Clan either being fantastic at trading or them playing better in the mid rounds and being able to isolate players after the fact, still being down in 4v5 situations, which is uncharacteristic more so from Astralis than it is from FaZe, because FaZe tend to do this against everybody. Astralis is the final boss when it comes to being able to convert number disadvantage situations. So that's something huge there. And what else we need to know is Astralis now, being in the quarters, will have to play against the winner of Mouse Sports versus Luminosity, most likely Mouse Sports, right? So they'll be playing in the quarters. And then even if they win that, most likely they'll have to play Liquid, who are playing Fnatic next. So I assume Liquid's going to beat Fnatic, and I assume Mouse Sports going to beat LG. So I'm kind of getting a few steps ahead of myself, but that side of the bracket becomes the gauntlet, right? That is the more dangerous side of the bracket if all of those situations unfolds. This is scary for Astralis now.
It absolutely is. Now, I just heard a lot of screeching from LDLC. I know that they've just gone into their third map, I believe. I think they secured Overpass. So NRG LDLC is happening on the B stream, worth checking out, while we take a break as they delve into their third map. We prepare for our third series. We are going to be seeing how Fnatic shape up versus Liquid to round out day 3 here at Chicago.